Hello students, in last lecture we have seen the generation recombination process. Next, in this lecture we will see the high injection condition. At high current densities under forward bias, such as the injected minority carriers density is comparable with the majority concentration, both the drift and diffusion current component must be considered. The individual conduction current densities can be always given as Jp is equal to Q into mu P into P del phi P. So this is equation number 1, and Jn is equal to minus Q into mu n into n into del phi n. So this is equation number 2. Since the Jp, P, mu P are positive, the whole Cauchy-Fermi levels decreases monotonically to the right. Similarly, the electron Cauchy-Fermi levels increases monotonically to the left. Thus, everywhere the separation of the Cauchy-Fermi levels or MREFs must be less than or equal to the applied voltage, and therefore the product Pn must be less than or equal to Ni square exponential of Qv by Kt. So this is next equation number 3. Even under high injection condition, this product Pn must be less than or equal to Ni square exponential of Qv by Kt. To illustrate this high injection condition, we represent this figure, that is figure A, figure B and figure C. And the numerical results for the intrinsic Fermi level psi and MREFs, that is phi n and phi p, and the carrier concentration for silicon PN junction, that is silicon step graded PN junction, with the parameter, that is the value of acceptor concentration, value of donor concentration, and the electron lifetime as well as the whole lifetime. So this Ne is equal to 10 raised to 18 per centimeter cube. Nd is equal to 10 raised to 16 per centimeter cube, and tau n is equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 10 second, and tau p is equal to 8.4 into 10 raised to minus 10 second. So by using these entities or the parameters, we have drawn this plot of carrier concentration against the distance for the different current densities. That is this figure A for the current density, which is 10 ampere per centimeter cube. Sorry, 10 ampere per centimeter square. This figure B is for the current density for 10 raised to 3 ampere per centimeter square, and this figure C is for current density at, that is value of current density is 10 raised to 4 ampere per centimeter square. At the current density 10 ampere per centimeter square, the diode is in low injection regime. Almost all of the potential drop occurs across the junction. The hole concentration on N side is small compared to the electron concentration. At 10 raised to 3 ampere per centimeter cube, the electron concentration near the junction exceeds the donor concentration appreciably. An ohmic potential drop appears on the N side. The next condition is for the current densities, or the value of current density is 10 raised to 4 ampere per centimeter square. We have very high injection and the potential drop across the junction is insignificantly comparable to ohmic drop on the both side. Even though only center regime of diode is shown in this figure, it is apparent that separation of MRIF at the junction is less than or equal to the difference in whole MRIF to the left of the junction and the electron MRIF to the right of the junction for all forward bias levels. From this figure B and figure C, the carrier densities at the N side of the junction are comparable. Substituting the condition from this equation number 3, we obtain Pn is equal to, that is Pn of x is equal to xn, which is nearly equal to ni square exponential of qv by twice kt. The current densities then become roughly proportional to the exponential of qv by twice kt. At high injection levels, we should consider another effect associated with finite resistivity in quasi-neutral regions of the junction. This resistance absorbs the appreciable amount of voltage drop between the diode terminals. The series resistance effect can be substantially reduced by the use of epitaxial material. And with this, I conclude this lecture. Thank you.